Let's do some wood identification. This is wood for burning in the wood stove. The wood that I like to burn best would be cherry. This here's a piece of cherry. You can tell with the orange or red grain. This is a limb. The bark has kind of got a gray look to it, a little bit flaky. If I turn this over, you can see the gray bark. This one next to it's an oak. An oak is a hardwood. Burns very nice. It's a lighter color than the cherry. I like the cherry best for nighttime. I'll put a great big piece of cherry in there and shut the stove down. In the morning, typically there'll still be wood in there, and I'll be able to open it up and it'll start right up. This one here is your hickory. Hickory is one of my favorite woods to burn. The hickory, you probably already are familiar with the smell, or you hear of the hickory in the barbecues. It's a pretty good hardwood. It lasts a fair amount of time, about the same as oak. Here's another piece of oak. You can kind of get an idea about the bark. The way it tends to look. This one's got a lot of moss on it. Here's another piece of hickory. You could see the bands of coloration in the smaller pieces of hickory. Most of this pile, this one right here, it looks like it would be a good piece of wood. It's nice and dry. And here's a piece with the bark on. It's a cottonwood, not very good to burn. Burns up really fast, doesn't put a lot of BTUs out, so the heat is not like it's going to be with the cherry or the oak or the hickory. I thought I had some Osage orange in the pile. It's a very yellow wood. Burns really well. The BTUs that it puts out is very high. Maybe I have some over here. This is, I believe, mostly my cherry pile. Yes, pretty much all cherry, I think. And I have, and I burn maple. Maple's a good tree. This is an example of a maple. A lot of times you'll see them in parks. They're quite a bit bigger than this one. They have a very shiny silver bark. This cherry here is unique, at least in my opinion. It's always been this way. The bark secretes the sap, which all trees will do if they're wounded. I don't know. This tree seems to be very healthy. It's always been secreting sap ever since I was a girl. It kind of seems unusual to me. And you can see at the bottom of the tree that the sap has kind of contaminated the snow and made like ice, where it's kind of mixed. I just thought that was just kind of interesting. Now those are the types of woods that generally I burn in my wood stove. I'll burn anything I can in the wood stove. I'll burn up this cottonwood. It was laying alongside the road on my grandpa's property, so my husband and I cut it up. The end.